See, the true heart of a real man of God or a person is to exalt other people, not put them down. Envy is called the crab bucket mentality. I didn't know this. I found this on the internet, but I guess if you fish for crabs, you put crabs in a bucket, you don't have to put a lid on the bucket because the crabs will never let anyone out. And I didn't know that, but they don't put lids on crab buckets. They don't come out. Because as soon as one tries to get out, one grabs them from behind, pulls them down. If you're going up, we're either all going or none of us are going. And isn't that how it is? That's how buckets are. That's how envy is. Envy's the same way. If you're going up, I'm pulling you down. Because if I can't get up, none of us are going up. That's envy. So the test of envy is when something nice happens to someone around you. Of course, church is made up of that, isn't it? People get promoted, they get positions, they start ministering, they come out of nowhere, they're preaching, they're doing this, they get a title, they get to be the head of this, or and all these things. And someone might have thought, well, why did God do that? Why would he dare cause so much trouble? Because he knew that the evil of envy was so strong in our hearts. Right from the very day it came out of Cain, been transferred down all these years, and it's still in us today, isn't it? To me, envy, by the way, is one of the biggest hindrances to revival that there ever can be. And especially in a revival of unity within a city or a church or any place where you try and unify, wherever envy rears its ugly head, you'll find jealousy and every kind of evil work and strife and division. People can't get together. And if God moves in that church and has a revival, oh my God, every pastor's up in arms. How come it's not happening here? And do we have to go over there? And what if we lose our people? And all this is just envy and junk and garbage. How can God move? If God, we pray for a revival in Saskatoon, but you know what? Before God can ever send a revival, he has to weigh the attitude, the strength of envy. He has to look at every church and every pastor and the spiritual atmosphere and say, what would happen if I actually put revival in a church? What would happen if I actually came down in a stronger way and just was there and things were happening and it's by his grace and he's moving? What would that affect all the other pastors and leaders and people and spiritual folks? Would they be jealous? Would they be envious? Would they be upset? I'm not going over there. We can't be a part of that. And we're fearful. And come on, isn't that true? So that's the test of envy, isn't it? God put it right in the church. It's weird, but he did.